Good evening. We have got Mr. Ravi Gilani in the part two of this session, where we're going to be talking about how one can actually build a consulting career with the skills that you have, how you can thrive at it, be good at it, what are the do's and don'ts. Is it for everybody? Is it only for a select few? How you can carve out a niche out of consulting, and what are the best practices? What are the trade-offs that you could get? And is it only for the freedom that people get into? Is it for the money? Is it for the space and time that they get, or is it for meeting new people? We probably will be talking all about this with Ravi sir. So he has actually got an extensive amount of experience consulting. His own consulting journey he's been in the line for last 27 years. He's the founder and managing partner of Goldratt India. He runs the Theory of Constraints workshop. He's consulted with very large scale industries like Jindal. He was a consultant with Eicher, and he has improved the bottom line of a lot of companies in the Indian landscape and spectrum. So we shall talk to Ravi sir on what does it take, what is the kind of armor that you need to have to go out there and call yourself as a consultant, and whether you're equipped with the right kind of skills to call yourself a consultant, and do you have the wherewithal to withstand what it takes. So over to you, Ravi sir. Welcome again to the show, and this is the part two. So do tell us, why should one get into consulting? Is it for everybody? What are the pros and cons involved, and how does one start off, like, with whatever skills they actually have?
Kiran, thank you very much for having another session. First of all, consulting, and that too on your own, that means you are not a part of the organization, is not for everyone. You must have a strong reason. I can tell you what was my strong reason. I wanted to be my own boss. It's quite possible in due course of time, one may make lot of money, but no guarantee. You may also get a lot of recognition, respect, but again, no guarantee. If you're going for making more money or somehow show off in the professional circles, please don't do it. Primarily, I would use the only reason, at least I can say for myself, if you want to be a consultant, your own consulting, because you want to be your own boss. You don't want to take orders from anyone. You should have the freedom to say no, including some potential clients, if it is not for you. If you're not enjoying it, you should be able to say, no, thank you very much. It's not matching our number one. Now, what are the prerequisites? So first prerequisite I've already said, if you're doing for any other reason other than being your boss, please don't. It's very risky. Now comes, what are the prerequisites? I'll give you very tangible stuff. First, you should have 2 years of cash flow, so that if you don't make any money in the next 2 years, and again, I'm not talking on profit and loss, I'm talking about cash. You should have enough cash so that you can tide over your current level at which you are working or you're living, so that you can carry over for 2 years, so that you can decide at a later stage whether should you continue or should you go back. You should have a house of your own. Why do I say house?
No EMIs, no EMI business.
Yes. No, EMIs is fine. I have no problem, provided you have cash flow.
True.
If you have cash flow, I have no issue whatsoever.
Okay.
I don't want you to have this issue of changing your home, another disturbance. As it is when you start, there are many, I would say, upheavals you have to manage. On the top of it, changing your home because your landlord says, I don't please vacate. It's a major issue. So two things: I had 2 years of cash flow and house of your own. It doesn't matter if it's a small house. Even if it is your parents' house, is fine. You have a place to stay where you will not ask to leave at not necessarily a moment's notice, but in a couple of months also. So for 2 years.
And probably you're not burning rental money actually, like paying rent. And so is that why?
No. Rental is not an issue.
Okay.
Even if you have a rental, the landlord can tell you, please vacate.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's from that. Rental is a cash issue, nothing more than that.
Hello, good evening. We have got Mr. Ravi Gilani in the part two of this session, where we're going to be talking about how one